to have some positive vibes around the building the last few days?
Yeah, it was really good. You know, it was kids were excited. Now we got a big game coming up, so I think they're really excited for this week of practice. So it was definitely good.
At the same time, what can you still work on? What would you take away from the tape?
You know, there's a lot of things I think you can always work on. Definitely got to take care of the ball a little bit better when we get down there. Can't do that and beat, you know, the upcoming opponents that we have. Defensively, we can have. If you have the pitch, you got to have the pitch. You know, if you have the dive, you got to have the dive when it's assigned to football. So that was probably the biggest things that hurt us there.
How does Georgia, or how does what you saw against Wofford prepare you for Saturday?
Yeah, it helps you because of assignment football, no question. You know, it's a little bit different. Georgia Southern does more things. They don't just run the option. You know, they run power, they run more counter, they run more traditional offense also, plus that. But when you have to defend, when there is three things, the dive, the quarterback, and the pitch, they do that. So that just the extra work of doing it for a week hopefully should help us.
Were you overall pleased with how you guys defended the option?
You know, I was really pleased how we defended it in the last quarter. You know, there was times during the game we defended it well. And it was just kind of a guy here or a guy there that made some mistakes for a couple big plays that we can't have happen this week.
You guys feel like you did pretty well against it last year? You were pretty close until that fourth quarter in that game.
Yeah, we did some good things. It was kind of almost the same thing. We just had a play here or there. What you really got to defend against them is the dive. You know, because that's their stud, that's their top running back, and you got to defend the quarterback. So those are really the first two things that we got to make sure we take away is the dive and the quarterback. And then you also got to understand that they get different personnel groups, get more formations, and then you got to stop power and you got to stop counter also.
Do you see Georgia Southern being one of the more talented teams in the Sun Belt?
No question. I think I said it after the last. I think the two of the, if you just look at pure talent, you'd probably have to say Georgia Southern, Arkansas State, and Louisiana Lafayette. And you know, we don't play Lafayette, so the next two games probably be the most two talented teams in the conference that we'll play.
What does Georgia Southern do on defense that stands out on tape that they do really well?
They really run to the ball. You know, they're long and fast, and they do a good job of running the ball. They do a good job of mixing up their pressures that they give you, and they just play hard and they play football the way it's supposed to be played. Play hard, play fast, and they're good tacklers.
You expect to get Jacob back this week?
I hope so, but I don't know. I really hope so, but as a Sunday night, it didn't look like it.
How about Deion Watson?
I think we have a lot better chance of getting him back, yes.
And was Leonard at the game on Saturday? I know he was not available, but was he there on Saturday?
Yes.
Okay.
Are you going to keep Jay Sean back at kickoff? I see you switched it off a few times. With
Yeah,
Desmond.
you know, he got a little banged up, so a lot of that will depend on how he's doing. But probably to start out with, it'll just depend on how his health is this week, to be honest with you.
And I know you have a relationship with their defensive line coach. You kind of grew up with him. Is that going to be kind of neat to see him again?
Yeah, it'll be good to see him. You know, his big brother was, well, he has two big brothers. One of his oldest brothers I played with my freshman year in college. My junior and senior year in college, his middle brother was my center. And then I coached at Carroll when he played there. And his parents and my parents are best friends. So they grew up together the whole time. So, you know, it's always, you know, in this profession, there's ties to probably every single staff amongst all of us. It's a tight-knit profession. Everybody kind of takes care of each other.
Is it kind of close to you guys both coming out of a pretty small town in Montana and making it as far as both of you guys have come?
Yeah, you know, there's a lot of guys from Carroll College that are out there coaching the profession that have done well, and it's you know, just happy for him, proud of him. He's a real good football coach.
You mentioned the toughness of your opening two conference games. Would you prefer it to be that way? Kind of get the two of the top out the gate?
Yeah, probably. I mean, I think it's exciting. You know, it's two of the. This was the best team in the conference last year until somebody proves different. They are the best team in the conference because nobody beat them. You know, so that's exciting. We got them at home. It's our first conference game, so let's go find out where we're at and play the best team and do everything we can to win.
With Duckworth's performance on Saturday, do you kind of expect him to be in the backfield more, or are you just going to play it by ear on how the game
You know, I
goes?
think that's something that you go by how they practice each week. You know, I think the more you can get that at all the positions, the better off you are. So, and then you go in the game by who's hot. That's who you get the ball the most. And, you know, I think both him and Penny are really good players. And the more that we can probably get it where they're both playing pretty equal, the fresher they'll both be in the fourth quarter, that will really help us.
Compared to the past couple of years, are you just feeling better about your team right now heading into conference play?
Yes, definitely. Definitely. I think one of the biggest things is we found a way to win that game. You know, it was a tight game. Probably didn't need to be that tight if we didn't make a few mistakes, but looking back at it, it's probably the best thing that ever happened, because to win games in our conference, they're going to be tight in the fourth quarter, and we got to find a way to win, and our team dug deep. A few guys really willed us to victory, and we found a way to win, so it was a good thing.
And are the circumstances still the same on whether or not Jake will or will not see the field at all?
Yeah, each week that's just kind of, you know, we'll prepare him hard. He's got to be ready to go. You know, to be honest with you, as Matt limped off the field, I thought maybe he was going to have to go in there in that fourth quarter. Got him up, got him warmed up, got ready to go, and then Matt ended up being okay. So he's got to be ready to go every week. He's got to be ready to lead us to victory. And then it's just by kind of the flow of the game whether he'll see the field or not.
Do you think Matt responded pretty well from the two interceptions?
No question. You know, no question. He came back and led us to the two drives when we were down both times. Made the plays. You know, his run on that fourth down is as big a play as there was in the game. Made a couple other big runs and was very accurate. I don't know what, I think he's in the top 5 in the country right now in his passing percentage. So he's playing well. He's just got to keep improving. And he's got to play even better this week. You know, offensively, we got to stay on the field. We got to convert third downs. We got to stay on the field, and we got to score a lot of points. And that's just the bottom line. That's how we got to win this game.
You mentioned him limping off late there. Would you still like to see him being more mobile, taking off like that?
Yeah, I think he has to. I think that's part of his game. He's very athletic, and when he can do that, that just gives us another dimension of moving the football, and I think that's something that he has to do.
Does Jake's readiness kind of make you more confident? You know, if Matt takes off, something's happened. You know, they can kind of step in.
It does, yeah. I mean, you feel very confident in the two quarterbacks that we have right now. So it, you know, you feel confident about both of them, and just got to keep, you know. I was hoping I was going to get Jake in that game. To be honest with you, I wanted to get him more play, and you know, it could be this week, but we got to just keep bringing him along, keep getting him more playing time, because there's going to be a game this week where he's got to come in and lead us to victory, no question.
You mentioned keeping your offense on the field. Is that where the running game kind of comes into
I think
play?
so, and I really forced it last week at times, you know, but it's not going to be always the running game. It's going to be, you know, they do a good job of mixing up what they do on third downs, and we got to do a great job of converting those, or at least getting close enough to convert them on fourth downs. You know, right now we're 8 for 10 on the year on fourth downs, and that's the way to stay on the field, and that's something that we got to keep doing.
Is tackling something you're looking to improve on? For
Yes,
this week?
it is, definitely. That's something we got to keep working on and get better at it, there's no question.
How do you balance working on tackling but still kind of keeping an eye on your player's safety during the week?
Yeah, that's a tough balance, you know, and that's something, you know, we had a couple of hard periods last week where we really got after it and worked on it, and, you know, that's why Jonte Boston didn't play in the game, you know, so but you got to get enough live tackle and enough hitting during the week so you can do it in the game, so we still got to do it.
You have to see them finally come up with a few turnovers, and obviously one of them.
For a touchdown, that was huge. That was big. I think the more we can do that, you know, just the extra possessions, and then for, you know, Russell to pick it up and score, that was great. So we just got to keep doing that.
Dave, on the phone, do you have something for us?
Yeah, thanks, Ricky. Coach, I want to ask you about Callan, and you had a heck of a game against Wofford. I know obviously his first 2 years wasn't involved a ton in the pass game. What's been different this year with him, and how much can that help you guys?
You know, I think first of all, he's just put in so much hard work. You know, he's really worked hard. He got himself bigger and made himself faster. Along with that, he's put in a ton of time of throwing, both when we do it on our own and also, you know, just extra time with Matt. And he's just really improved himself. He's improved his skills in all aspects, and he went out there and had a great week of practice last week, and that carried over into the game, and then we just need him to keep doing that.
What, you know, as a coach, you know, when you see that sort of thing pay off, you know, you mentioned that work, like we kind of said, the numbers the first 2 years, he wasn't catching a ton of balls, but to have a guy do that, what kind of pride do you take?
Oh, you take great pride. And you're really happy for him. You're happy when you see the guys that just work their tail off and grind and then get better. And you see it happening in practice, but then for it to show up in the game is just a great feeling, both for the team and for him individually.
How can that help the offense? And I know last week you talked a bit about Dion playing out at receiver a bit too. How can that change things if you can have a guy like him in there? And does that enable you to play Dion more in different spots?
It really helps you because it makes the defense defend all the aspects of the field. So it stretches them both vertically and horizontally, and it just the more guys that they have to defend that they know that are playmakers for you, the lot better it is for your offense.
Thank you.
I know we didn't really ask you about Austin Rico, but he was kind of the unsung hero of that game.
No question.
The 60-yard punt that stuck him back there. How important is he to you guys?
He's awesome. Then another guy you're really proud of. I mean, he's been, if not the best, one of the best punters in the country, for going on his third year now. But what he really worked hard on this offseason is his kickoffs. He's been awesome at doing that. He's 100% right now on his field goals, and then he's always going to boom it when he's punting. He's a stud. That's a big weapon that he gives us.
Was he trying to really pin it in the corner of the end zone, out of bounds?
Yeah.
It seemed like he did that 3 or 4 times and was pretty consistent.
Real consistent. Did a good job of it. Did a great job. Just wish he had done it one more time.
Anything else? Great, thanks.